If you watched my review last week, you'll know that how much I loved the first film, The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. It was just an amazing piece of work. So now we get to the second film in this series of a trilogy, and you know, I was kind of going into it thinking, well, I don't know how they could possibly top the first film here. But let me tell you, they actually not so much topped it, but they equaled it. This is just as good as the first film. Now, I don't really want to give away too much of the plot on this film, except that it's not so much of a mystery like the first one was. This is kind of more of a, I wouldn't say an action film, but it's it does have a little bit more action in it than the first one does. And it's basically, you're finding out more about the girl with the dragon tattoo. So I'm just going to kind of leave it at that, at the plot. But there's a lot of really cool characters introduced in this. And there is mystery plots to this, not as much as the first one, I don't think, but it's kind of like, you know, through the whole film they're trying to unravel who this woman is, and it's more about her in the second one than it is about the reporter. While, you know, he is in this one, the reporter, it's not all about him like the first one was. This actually is more about the girl herself. And again, the acting in here is excellent. I mean, in the directing, the acting, everything in this is fantastic. And I was actually surprised on how much I enjoyed this one. It's like, it was so cool to be able to, you know, see the first one and then the very next week go and watch the second one in the series, and knowing that, you know, I still have a third one to finish off this series. And again, this is a foreign movie. So there are subtitles, but after a while, you almost forget you're reading the subtitles because you're so engrossed in the film itself. So I could not recommend the second one any more higher than I have the first one. It's just as equally great as the first film. So let's bring up the flickometer and see what I'm going to give it. Alright, so the girl who played with fire would have to get a 5 out of 5. If you like the first one, you will love the second one. It's just equally as good as the first one. And come back next week on Flicks Picks, and I will show you my review for the last one in this series, which is called The Girl Who Kicked the Hornet's Nest. So I will see you next week on Flick Picks.